Well, welcome to my studio. Today I'm starting on a new piece. This is a commission for a lady in Germany. She's an artist friend whom we've been corresponding back and forth via email for several years, and I've helped her make suggestions on her paintings and everything. She's quite a good artist, and she has a sister who lives in the United States, and she's coming to visit her. So a few days ago she emailed and asked, I would love to have one of your paintings, and I'm coming to visit my sister. Is there any way you could have it done in time for me to pick up and carry back on the plane? I said, certainly, love to do that. So she picked the piece that she really liked. Actually, she sent me two, but the one that we both liked the best is a painting called Sunflower Serenade. And I've shown you that in the very beginning. We talked, and the villa I'm going to change to one that I sketched when Jack and I were in Provence. We met an artist there. We were on a cruise from Barcelona to Venice. I think it was a 14-day cruise, and then we spent several days in Barcelona beforehand, so it was really wonderful. And we met Pixie in Marseille, and she picked us up and took us all around, and this is based on a sketch that I made on the way from Marseille to Cassis, which is a little oceanside village in Provence. And so here's my sketch. I also showed you a picture of it at the beginning when I showed you the original painting that this is based on. So now I kind of make some reference points as to where my buildings are going to go, and I've changed the perspective just a little bit so that we're at a little higher viewpoint, and I got to looking at this and thinking, oh my gosh, this would be really beautiful if it were, I mean, this villa was just not far at all from Cassis, and I thought, oh, how fun this would be to have this near the coast, so that Waltrid would have, she lives in Germany, she'd have the ocean in those long winters that they have there in Germany. She'd have the ocean to look at. So I'm just trying to decide whether I want my building to break up above the mountains. I'm not sure I do. Let me bring it down just a little bit and see how that works. And my perspective line, let's make our perspective right about there. Okay, my perspective point is here and here. That kind of just gives me an idea of how I want to do my perspective. So this will go down, make this a little bit wider. I'm drawing this in with a wash of mud, which is 2 parts of ultramarine blue and 1 part of alizarin crimson, and I've mixed it with liquid, so that makes it like almost a watercolor wash. And that's very easy. It's very easy for me to, if I make any lines that I don't want, I can just take a brush, dip it in thinner, and take out those lines. So this gives us the feeling, by making the building dip down below the mountains, makes us feel like we're really high up. Now my tower is here, and I want to tell you, I post the step-by-step process. I will post the entire process on my blog. The link is in the description below. You can also subscribe to my blog, and that way you will get an email every single time I make a post, so that you won't miss anything. And then you can follow along and see the painting. Now see how I can just wash this, like this part of the building is going to be in shadow. And then here's my little tower. Kind of pops up here. I'm going to move these trees back. I don't want them lined up with just the top of that tower, with the point of the tower. So I can just, again, take that out. See how easy it is to just take that out, and I don't want them, I want them to kind of come to the middle of that roof line. I don't want them lined up with this part of the back edge of that tower either. So the trees will be here, but I want a little opening in the trees there so that you can see the mountains beyond. And I'm going to take this mountain down just a little bit. Just redraw that in. It's a matter of just going back and forth and looking. And I want my dark here. The light is coming in from the right, so I want darks here to stop your eye from going out of the painting. Anyway, about my blog, the link is in the description below, and the address is also on the final frame of my YouTube video. So please subscribe, and you'll just get all kinds of interesting information in painting. I have videos. I show my garden from time to time, talk about special events that we're having, and it's very informative. It's also free. I know a lot of artists now are doing blogs that you pay for, and that's something that Jack and I never believed in. We felt that so many people helped us as we were starting our careers, and it's up to us to give back. I think I've got this a little bit low. I'm going to make this upper floor not quite as tall. It's just a matter of going back and forth. Put my little roof in here. And then this building, part of the building will come down there. I want to get my villa in before I do the rest of the painting so that I can make sure that I've got my size relationship and everything right. The foreground's going to be sunflowers and red poppies and some white daisies. So let's make this come out a little bit further, because we're going to have a little awning and a terrace there. Comes down, and then this level, I'm going to change my sketch a little bit from what I had originally sketched. I'm going to let this come down below, like that house is going down the hill on the other side, so they have a better view of the ocean. Wouldn't you love to live here? Those sunflowers, and this is going to be lavender fields, and those mountains, and the ocean, and oh my goodness, I'm ready to go right now. Just kind of get my roof lines in here. See, you can just see how I can just wash that out, and I can take a tissue and just wipe it off. Now, I ended up wiping off a little bit of my sketch, but that's good, really no problem. This is very forgiving. And I prime my canvas with, the canvas I get is already primed. We have a canvas maker who makes our canvases. He also makes them for Michael's and some of Hobby Lobby and some of the other craft stores. But I prime it again with another coat of white acrylic, and that just makes the surface a little bit slick so that it makes it easier to wipe off my little sketch, my oil wash sketch. And I do work in oils. Acrylics just dry too fast for me. Now this painting, since I need it to be completely dry, because she's got to be able to carry it back to Germany, I'm using alkyd oils, which dry faster. And they are made by Winsor Newton. They're a brand called Griffin Alkyds, and they mix just like regular oil paints. In fact, you can use them interchangeably with regular oils. A lot of times if I need something to dry quickly but not real quickly, I will mix half of my Winton oil mixing white and then half of the alkyd white, and that makes everything dry quicker. I'm putting a palm tree here just to kind of cradle this building. Don't want it over the tower. And then I'll have another, some sort of a frondy tree down here. Palm or something like that. Just to give some interest. And that's the shadow of that building back there. And then there's going to be dark trees back here. But you can see how this immediately just starts getting me blocked in as to the position of my building. And I'm not going to show the little ground in front of the building here because we're higher up and that building kind of goes down behind. So I'll let my doorway be below the sunflowers here. And then I'll have some upper windows and then my lower windows. These are going to be small. Those too big. I still have a lot of work to do to get that drawn in, but this kind of gives you a feel. In fact, I'm going to make this a shadow because that roof casts a shadow down. And I'll put my windows in there. Then these are the ends of those tiles. This oil wash kind of looks like a watercolor. And this one's also going to have the ends of the tiles. And then here. So we've got the building positioned in there, our villa. And I will have some of the trees in here. Going down the hill. And then I'm going to have another palm down here that kind of breaks over a little bit. These are big. And the painting, the original painting was a very long format. This is a shorter format. So I'm having to squeeze it, or actually squeeze it this way, I guess. And I'm also, the other one, the kind of the row of sunflowers and the row of lavender were kind of straight. I'm making this more hilly, and we'll actually see a little more of that field of lavender in there. So I appreciate you watching my YouTube videos. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and visit my blog. And just today, you have a wonderful day. Stop and smell the roses. Just take a chance, a moment to stop and enjoy the day. We all get so hustle-bustle that the end of the day comes and we haven't even stopped and appreciated the beauty of the world around us that God's given us. So you have a great day. Happy painting!